Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone spin-off trend could be good news for Beth and Rip's sequel show. A trend follows Taylor Sheridan's offshoots of his flagship Yellowstone series, and it should be good news for Beth and Rip's sequel. The show starring Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser was announced just days before the Yellowstone finale, prematurely confirming that the Dutton Ranch lovebirds would make it out of the epic saga alive. In the Yellowstone ending, Case Dutton sells his family's massive heirloom ranch, allowing him and his sister to step away from maintaining their family's enormous legacy and opening up their futures for new possibilities. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 14 even previewed the next chapter of Beth and Case's stories with their respective families. Case and Monica resettled at their house in East Camp, near the family's heirloom ranch, but with enough separation for the father to turn over a new leaf. Likewise, Beth and Rip start a life separate from Yellowstone, starting fresh in Dillon, Montana, where Beth purchased a new ranch. While it looked like the couple might continue the flagship with Yellowstone Season 6, the reality of their next chapter happening in an offshoot is actually quite promising. Despite the popularity surrounding the flagship, Beth and Rip's spin-off story happening in an offshoot is excellent news. While the main series has the most chapters to its story and is the best known, one could argue that Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan surpassed the quality of the flagship in its prequel series as time passed. 1883 and 1923, the two existing prequels that embellished the Dutton family tree with detail, have been a wild success with fans, amassing millions of viewers as the fanfare of the original series somewhat died down. Especially with the divisive reaction to Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2, it's good that Beth and Rip have an opportunity to distinguish their story from the flagship. Considering the success of the prequels, which inform the Dutton story but stand on their own, Reilly and Hauser leading a series independent of the Kevin Costner-led show is good news. Beth and Rip's offshoot is the right blend of components, since their story deserves a fresh take after John Dutton Aya's death and the fate of the ranch, and an offshoot of their story will probably perform better. Beth and Rip's story must distinguish itself from Yellowstone Season 6 for many reasons. While it looked like Reilly and Hauser might lead the flagship for another season, their spin-off announcement confirmed that the continuation of Yellowstone would happen in another show. The decision to continue the Dutton-Wheeler tale outside the flagship could prove controversial due to a report from Puck, claiming that the Beth and Rip spin-off might trigger a legal battle with Peacock, since the spin-off could be produced exclusively for Paramount+, barring Peacock from streaming it. The legal battle over the Beth and Rip spin-off versus Yellowstone Season 6 would come down to the offshoot's ability to distinguish itself. Beyond the legal hurdles though, Beth and Rip's spin-off should separate itself from Season 6 because Yellowstone offshoots that tell a unique story while staying true to the flagship are quite possibly the franchise's best installments. The Western genre is experiencing a modern renaissance, and at the forefront of this resurgence is Taylor Sheridan, whose masterful storytelling in Yellowstone has set the stage for a growing series of spin-offs. As fans of the Dutton family prepare for even more gripping tales from the expansive world Sheridan has created, there's one potential spin-off that could send excitement through the roof: a sequel show focusing on Beth and Rip Wheeler. Beth Dutton, portrayed by Kelly Reilly, and Rip Wheeler, played by Cole Hauser, have captured the hearts of Yellowstone fans with their tumultuous love story, fierce loyalty, and undeniable chemistry. The saga of their relationship has become one of the most compelling elements of Yellowstone, making it ripe for expansion into its own dedicated series. Sheridan's penchant for producing spin-offs that explore characters' backstories or new facets of their journeys has opened the door for this possibility. The Sheridan formula: spin-offs that expand the world. Taylor Sheridan has proven time and again that he knows how to spin a story. Yellowstone was successful not only because of its rich plotlines but also because of the complex, multi-layered characters who populate it. The spin-off shows such as 1883, 1923, and Lawman, Bass Reeves delve deeper into the legacy of the Dutton family and the historical context that shapes them, while also introducing new characters and settings. What makes Sheridan's spin-off approach particularly intriguing is his ability to breathe new life into existing characters while still retaining the essence of what makes them compelling. For example, 1883 provided a look at the Dutton family's early roots, bringing forth characters like James and Margaret Dutton, while 1923 zoomed in on the next generation. These shows allowed viewers to see the enduring spirit of the Duttons as they evolved through time, each series adding nuance and depth to the characters' history. This focus on expanding the universe makes a potential Beth and Rip spin-off feel like the natural next step. Their dynamic has already been fleshed out on Yellowstone, and now it's time to explore what happens next. How do Beth and Rip navigate their life together after the turbulent events that define their paths? What challenges do they face as they continue to carve out a space in the world, not only as individuals but also as partners? There's no shortage of material to explore. The power of Beth and Rip's relationship. Beth and Rip's relationship stands out not just because of the chemistry between the actors, but because of the emotional layers that Sheridan has built over the course of Yellowstone. Beth's resilience and fierce independence, contrasted with Rip's unyielding loyalty and quiet strength, make them one of television's most complex couples. Their bond is forged through hardship, pain, and unspoken love, and there's an inherent beauty in watching their relationship evolve. But there's still so much left unsaid between them, and that's where the magic lies for a potential spinoff. Fans are already eager to know how their love story continues to develop beyond the confines of Yellowstone. The show has already given us glimpses into their shared history, from their troubled childhoods to their bond with the Dutton family. Now it's time to explore their future. A series centered on Beth and Rip could delve into their new roles at the Dutton Ranch, navigating the power struggles that inevitably follow the rise of a ranching dynasty. Will Beth, the formidable businesswoman with a sharp tongue, be able to reconcile her cutthroat tendencies with her love for Rip and the family business? Will Rip's loyalty to the Duttons be tested by the ever-shifting power dynamics at play? These are questions that could fuel an entire series and add layers of drama, intrigue, and depth. The appeal of a Beth and Rip spin-off. One of the key reasons a Beth and Rip spin-off would work is because their relationship resonates with audiences on multiple levels. Beth's character, often seen as a firebrand, tough and unrelenting, has a raw authenticity that viewers are drawn to. Her vulnerability, when revealed, makes her all the more relatable, and her interactions with Rip have proven time and again that beneath the hard exterior, there is love and tenderness. Rip, on the other hand, represents the strong, silent type, a man of few words but overwhelming actions. His undying devotion to Beth has made him one of the most beloved characters on Yellowstone, and the depth of his character has only been fully realized through his bond with Beth. His loyalty to the Dutton family runs deep, and his role in the show as the steady, dependable figure only adds to the magnetic pull of his and Beth's love story. A show focusing on their continued evolution could bring fresh dynamics to the table, such as exploring how they manage their growing relationship in the face of external threats. As the Dutton Empire continues to expand, so too does the tension and rivalry within the world of ranching and business. A Beth and Rip-centered show would allow Sheridan to address these larger societal themes, while keeping the core of the series focused on what makes Beth and Rip's relationship so compelling: their unbreakable bond and their shared history. Potential for a fresh narrative arc. While Yellowstone offers a sprawling, high-stakes narrative, a spin-off dedicated to Beth and Rip could tap into a more personal, intimate storyline. It could explore themes of growth, healing, and the pursuit of peace after a life of struggle. After everything Beth has gone through, losing her mother, grappling with deep emotional trauma, and her complicated relationship with her father, watching her find a sense of peace and fulfillment with Rip would be an emotional payoff for the fans who have followed her journey. On the flip side, Rip's loyalty and love for the Duttons have come at a cost, and the spin-off could dive into the toll that this devotion takes on him. How does Rip balance his love for Beth with his sense of duty to the Dutton family? Can their relationship withstand the constant external pressures, or will the weight of their responsibilities prove too much to bear?